SERI making a run in the final round of the McDonald's LPGA Championship. Her second shot at the par 4 10th after making up 3 shots on leader Beth Daniel in the first 9. Putting it close. The champion here in 1998. Meanwhile, Daniel trying to save par at 10. She would go on to make bogey. So Pak for birdie and a 2-shot swing. Our new leader in the final round of the McDonald's LPGA Championship, SERI Pak, at 6 under par, making up 4 shots on leader Beth Daniel. In golf, a major is sacred. The second major of the year ends today at the McDonald's LPGA Championship, whose winners have symbolized the highest levels of excellence, like Louise Suggs, 1959 winner Betsy Rawls, 4-time champion Mickey Wright. It has also blessed 3-time champion Kathy Whitworth and Nancy Lopez. For 3 days, Delaware has been graced by yet another Hall of Famer. Beth Daniel, eyeing her 33rd LPGA Tour victory and only the second major of her career. Yet she is not alone. SERI Pak is chasing an event she won in 1998. And defending champion Kari Webb finds herself within reach 1 year after her emotional journey to victory. Who will conquer today?
CBS Sports proudly presents the LPGA Tour. From the DuPont Country Club in Wilmington, Delaware, CBS Sports presents the McDonald's LPGA Championship presented by AIG.
Delaware's Brandywine Valley, 20 minutes south of Philadelphia, site of the second oldest event in women's golf. Only the U.S. Women's Open has been around longer. And recently, the DuPont Country Club has seen history made at the McDonald's LPGA Championship. In 2 of the last 3 years, winners here have also claimed the rare career Grand Slam. Julie Inkster did it in 1999 and Kari Webb last year. Today, Beth Daniel, at the age of 45, tries to become the oldest woman ever to win a major championship. Babe Zaharias was just over 43 when she won the U.S. Women's Open back in 1954. But Beth will have to do it on one of the most demanding courses on the LPGA Tour, the DuPont Country Club. It was built in 1950, and the course record set by Meg Mallon back in 1999, 63, but conditions in 99 very different than they have been here this week when the cut was +8. That's the story. SERI Pak has come back on Beth Daniel, champion in 1998 when she had that wonderful rookie year, winning 2 major championships, and now through 10, after that 2-shot swing at the 10th, she has a 1-shot advantage on Beth Daniel. And let's take a look now at the scene at the 11th. Wonderful galleries here all week. Beth Daniel has a chance for birdie, trying to get it back to -6. She started the day at 8 under, but had a double bogey at the 5th to drop to 6. It has been 7 years since her last victory on the LPGA Tour. 32 career championships for Beth Daniel, but only 1 major. But that was the LPGA Championship back in 1990 at the Bethesda Country Club. Now, SERI Pak 3 majors to her credit, 24 years old, from Korea. And Mary Bryant, she has been just solid today.
And she's playing her favorite golf course, Billy. She loves to come back to this golf course. It's where she won her first LPGA event as a rookie, and it was a major, and she's very comfortable on the golf course. Plays the par 5s very well, although she has parred this hole every day. This would give her a 2-shot lead at 7 under par. And it's a golf course that has played as tough as any golf course I've seen over the last 10 or 15 years on the LPGA Tour.
The players all commented early in the week about the rough. Annika Sorenstam said she pulled a blade of grass out, measured it. It was 8 inches long. Officially, it's around 4. They'll concede that in places it's up to 6. But in any case, it has been very difficult for this field.
One of the things that has really helped SERI over the last 2 years is going back to conventional putting. Most players going the other way with left hand low. She went back to the conventional method, and she has putted much better. Again, this for birdie.
These greens very quick. We had some rain earlier in the week. In fact, play was suspended on Thursday with half of the field yet to conclude their first rounds. Came back out and finished up on Friday morning. We're all caught back up by Friday evening. But since that time, these greens have really dried out.
Well, we had a lot of wind over the last couple days, which really dried them out. And I think anytime you're above the hole on this golf course, and most all the greens slope from back to front because it's an old-style golf course, you're going to have a stimp meter reading of almost about a 15, which is just incredibly fast. Kind of putt that you hit on the toe of the putter and let it just drift down. Many times it's hard to hold the line when they're that fast. But SERI now has left herself with quite a bit of work here to save her par. It's a good 4.5 feet up the hill.
Nice save. Pak remains at 6 under par and a 1-shot lead. And hello, everyone. Bill McAtee along with Mary Bryant. We welcome you to the 18th Tower here in Wilmington, Delaware. And let's talk about Beth Daniel first, because it has been really a great week for her.
Oh, a wonderful week for the 45-year-old player. And really, Billy, she has nothing to prove and nothing to lose. She's already in the LPGA Hall of Fame. She's won 32 victories. She's just really sort of trying to have fun. Somebody said, "Aren't you having fun?" She said, "Well, I'm not sure I'd call it fun, but I am kind of comfortable in this position." So I'm sure she's disappointed with her play so far, but there's some key holes coming in that she can make some birdies on.
And it really does have a match play feel to it, doesn't it?
Very much a match play. And Beth Daniel was a great match play player. Won 2 U.S. amateurs and loves match play. Was very good at the Solheim Cup in match play.
Right. Let's introduce you to the folks helping provide our coverage today. David Faraday, stationed at 16. Peter Osterhaus at the 17th. And down on the ground, Hall of Famer Donna Capone. Final round of the second major of the year on the LPGA Tour. And our final group has reached the tee at the 12th, a 375-yard par 4.
And SERI has a key word that she uses. It's called happy. And she told me she's very, very happy. And when she says that, she almost says that every time she wins an event. She's won 14 tournaments on the tour, and every time she's used the word happy. And she feels that way, or she felt that way this morning.
That's a 3-metal, Mary, taking it right down the middle of the fairway. Breeze behind these players.
Well, even the fairways are getting hard right now. They were softer yesterday after the rain, but it's just a difficult golf course from green all the way, tee all the way through the green.
Well, she's come from behind 4 times in her career. SERI Pak, who has been so solid all week. And now Beth.
Also 3-wood metal. Pop that up a little bit, going down the right side of the fairway.
Good, it's close to being good, but it's just not.
I heard her say it's close to being good, but just not quite there. And she's talking about her golf swing because she likes to work it right to left.
Ahead to 16.
And Annika Sorenstam on a tear. 220 yards. At the par 5. And that is for eagle, which would take her to 7 under par for the day and 1 under for the tournament. And if she can birdie the last 2, post 3 under, well, I'd be disinclined to get on a plane in a hurry. Wonderful round of golf today on an exceptionally difficult golf course.
And David, just to talk about how difficult the golf course is, Annika went 19 straight holes at one time in this championship without making a birdie, and here's probably the birdie maker of the year.
Well, earlier, that was birdie at 14, and this, the birdie at 15. And she's fired up, and she has a chance for eagle at 16. What a fight back. And an uphill 25-footer here with a little right to left in it, and really a very makeable putt. And I suspect this one won't be short. One over par for the day, and in a position to shoot the low round of the tournament here. The golf course has become quicker as the week has gone on. '50s, Louise Suggs. The '60s, Mickey Wright. '70s, Kathy Whitworth with 27 wins. Nancy Lopez, of course, with 25 in the '80s. Annika Sorenstam with 18 in the 1990s. And she's not done yet. It's got a hook now. Oh, I'm surprised to see her leave that short. Not a bad putt. I thought she'd really give that one a run. Just reach in and knock that in. Goes to 6 under par for the day. Back to even par for the tournament. Tied for 3rd at the moment with Julie Inkster. We'll go back to 12.
All right, David. It's great watching Annika make a run like this today. A lot of fun. Meanwhile, we've talked about the rough, and that's what Beth Daniel is facing now.
It's deep, Billy. 143 yards left to the hole location.
Well, Donna, we were looking at it on the screen here. You cannot see the ball, can't even see the top of the ball. And Beth has a little sharper descent to the ball with her clubs, so she has a better chance of getting it out, but controlling it's almost impossible.
No.
Give me a break.
Did you hear what she said?
No.
She said, "Tell me you stepped on it," to the cameraman. "Give me a break," just being funny because it's down there. So good to see her smile a little bit, although it might be a bit of tongue-in-cheek.
She struggled on this back 9 in this event. Front 9 she hasn't had any problems with. She gets on the back 9, she starts losing her tee shots a little, just pitching it back out.
Let's take a look at the cut line here. The last 5 years, +8. But as you can see, it's never easy here at the DuPont Country Club.
Well, and a good example of why it was +8, exactly what you just saw from Beth Daniel. I mean, all she could do was move that ball forward. And in fact, it kind of lies where you could almost hurt yourself, your shoulders or your hands. I mean, you have to just dig at it and get it out of there.
Did it change the way some of the players approached how they were going to come at this golf course? I know Corey Webb talked about the fact she was going to use 3-wood more to try to keep it straight.
Yeah, and I think the two most important clubs in the bag, as I talked about yesterday, are your putter and your driver. And the driver, if you're not in the fairway here, you're looking at bogey or even more.
Donna, what does SERI have left?
103 yards sand wedge. You have to sacrifice a little bit of distance off the tee to be able to approach these greens from the middle of the fairway.
Well, SERI can put a lot of spin on the ball, and that just shows you how hard the greens are. From 100 yards in a wedge, it would not bite.
But what a move from SERI Pak today, our leader by 1 at 6 under par. After punching out from the rough, third shot for Beth Daniel at 12.
Just a little knockdown sand wedge, of which she's very adept at, and has left herself with a good opportunity for par. She did bogey this hole yesterday.
History may be with Beth today. The last 6 winners of the LPGA Championship all had at least a share of the lead after 54 holes. Now, SERI Pak to get to 7 under.
Down the hill, another very quick putt. Last 2 holes, Bill, very smart play by SERI, not trying to force it in the hole, just get it around the hole. When you're above this cup, your knees are almost knocking to make sure the ball stays right around the hole so you can have that tap in.
She stays at 6, 2 under for her round today. And let's go to 17.
Annika Sorenstam, 152 yards today to the cup, looking for her 5th consecutive birdie and 6th in 7 holes, 8 on. Well, safely done. And a makeable putt, slightly uphill from there, but a remarkable comeback. Back to 12.
Beth trying to stay at -5.
And this long putter has been the salvation to her career after the Hall of Fame. In fact, started the day she was inducted into the Hall of Fame, working with this putter, year 2000.
It just skirts the left edge, so let's go back to 17.
For the birdie, slightly uphill. Struck it well, just a little bit of a misread, I believe, so that's a pity. The streak of 4 consecutive birdies comes to an end, but still, started the day tied for 18th, 14 behind Beth Daniel, so just a little pride in her work, as you'd expect, shooting a super score. Back to the 12th.
And Beth Daniel has had a double at the 5th, the bogey at 10, and now another bogey, it looks like, at the 12th. 4 over for her round today.
She was here early in the morning in the fitness van, stretching, working out, has a very strong routine that she works on, keeping herself in shape for this game of golf. Loves the practice. She always said, I was never one that liked to play as much as I love to hit balls, and she said, I will probably continue to do that till the day I die, is go out and just kind of beat balls, although doesn't hit as many as she used to, but still enjoys working on what I call a classic golf swing that she has. For bogey.
So 5 on the card for Beth Daniel. She drops back to 4 under, and SERI Pak has a 2-shot advantage now. Currently a 2-player race, only 2 in red figures in the final round of the McDonald's LPGA Championship presented by AIG. So look at how things stand. Annika Sorenstam working on the low round of the tournament. She's 6 under, getting ready to play the 18th. SERI Pak with a 2-shot advantage. Back over at the 17th, Annika for par. So she's gotten it all the way back to even par. Let's go to 14.
Curran Koch for a birdie at the 14th. The hole that's played quite a bit easier this year. An elm tree about 70, 80 yards short of the green was diseased and is no longer a factor. SERI Park waiting back on the tee at the par 3 13th. And always a problem waiting, especially when you're in the lead and you want to get things going, Mary.
Well, and if you remember Beth Daniel walking off that last green a little disgusted. In fact, I was glad to see her have some emotion. This will sort of get under her skin because she's going to be ready to roll. It might help her compose for a minute, but SERI very strong in the mind, right between the ears where she wins a lot of tournaments. She can control herself, but I think these players want to get going and finish the event.
SERI Park looking very relaxed. We'll be right back from McDonald's LPGA Championship after this message and a word from your local station. SERI Park, champion here in 1998 at the age of 20, Rookie of the Year that year as well. It was her first career victory. Now working on her 4th major championship. And tonight on 60 Minutes, add to America's healthcare crisis a shortage of nurses. And you've got a recipe for disaster. That's one 60-minute story you can't afford to miss. Tonight on CBS. At the 18th from that very difficult, rough 19-year-old Natalie Golbus, who's in the running for Rookie of the Year.
Ooh, what a shot. She has a set of wedges in her, field wedges they're called, and there's different lofts on them, and she absolutely loves them. Has become a better player since she started using them. And as you said, in the running for Rookie of the Year with Beth Bauer.
To 13.
And on the green, Kari Webb. At 1 over par in 5th place. And it's been a rough day. It's tough out here. Back at 18.
In addition to the conditions, it's a warm day as well. That's a pretty nice up and down from that back rough, and I would call it a successful McDonald's LPGA Championship for young Natalie, even though she finished at +8.
Well, very successful. There are a lot of Rookie of the Year points in that, and also a nice check. Purse of $1.5 million.
To 13 again.
Take me to your leader. SERI Park on the tee, 186 yards today. Kari Webb did make her bogey. And Park with 5-iron. Flag all the way in the back left. Certainly don't want to make a mistake long here. Donna Capone is there. I beg your pardon, Donna isn't there. Has gone over to 18. And Donna will be watching Annika Sorenstam finish, while Park leader by 2 at the moment. I'll try to get this in to the back left corner somewhere near the flag.
Fly ball. Be enough. Go!
You know, it's a beautiful shot. Stay there. Oh. And that's why she was saying fly. Just trying to get it up to beat that slope at the back. But that's an excellent effort. And these very firm greens. And today the toughest hole, 13th. Playing almost half a shot over par. Just 5 birdies. And Beth Daniel now really needs to make a good swing here. Running out of holes, 2 shots behind. 4-iron.
Oh, nice kick. Nice kick. How's
Well,
it kick that way?
That is an unusual bounce to the right there. Maybe in between clubs for Beth Daniel. We'll go ahead to 14.
14th downhill par 4, 390 yards, turns a little bit right to left, and important to find the fairway. Julie Inkster's second shot. Hole cut on the front left, and what a beauty, challenging the bunkers guarding the left-hand corner of that green, and a great chance for Julie to get back to even par. Big drive, only 118 yards on that approach to the 18th.
Second shot for Annika.
Up the hill, wide open green, that's a 7-iron to an elevated green, and nicely done on this very difficult finishing hole.
Signature hole here at the DuPont Country Club. In fact, on Thursday, it surrendered just one birdie.
Beth Daniel birdied it yesterday coming in, too, so there have not been many of them.
And that's the story. Pak 2 under today, and Beth Daniel at +4. She was 8 under to start the day. 14.
Julie Inkster's second shot was earlier. We're live with her birdie try, and a beautiful putt. 14th hole, with the wind behind generally this week. The easiest par 4 on the course. You still have to hit the fairway with the rough the way it is. Under 400 yards, you must find the fairway to attack the green. To the 18th.
Annika sizing up her birdie try at the 18th. Donna, is this going to do much?
You know, it is so fast. She just has to drip it down there. This is probably the fastest putt on this green.
And Donna, with her finish today, she will cross the $1 million mark for the year 2002 with plenty of tournaments to play. She could break her record of last year of over $2 million.
I don't think she didn't think of that at the beginning of the year.
Come on.
I'll tell you, that was perfect speed.
And what a sign of a champion. Struggled earlier in the week, had the chance to move on for the Grand Slam, but came back on this final Sunday with a fabulous round, the low round of the tournament.
Opened with 70, and then that disastrous 76 on Friday. Here's her card today, out in 34, but really got it going on the inward 9. 4 consecutive birdies. In fact, 5 in 7 holes, or in 6 holes rather.
Really made up for that stretch of 19 holes without a birdie, and she will head to the airport and over to France, where the LPGA plays next week.
Not a bad place to go. Back to 13.
And that is a bad place to go. Wow. It'll be a while before this one stops. Beth Daniel just off the back right edge here, choosing to chip it, and it just got away from her. And a very difficult flag position here on 13, right in the back left corner, up on a little ledge. And she is still away by a long way. So a long wait on the tee for SERI Pak, and it'll be a fairly long wait on the green as well. May have to move her marker here. So she'll have the added advantage of seeing pretty much the line if Beth Daniel hits a good putt. And this is not an easy putt. Coming up and over the slope, levels out at the top. And again, it's easy to make a big mistake here.
And
She's on
David,
me. Go ahead, Mary.
David,
Sorry.
I was just going to say that, you know, although she's in the Hall of Fame, and I said earlier she had nothing to prove and nothing to gain, that she could go out and enjoy herself, she has a tremendous amount of pride, and she's going to work on that for the rest of the way in. She can still win this event.
Oh, you bet. And she's batting 500, I think. You see there when she's held the lead going into the final round. 0 for 3 in major championships when she's been leading. And this is for par. Certainly doesn't want to make any more than a bogey.
Wow.
And a misread. Go ahead and clean this up.
I couple bad breaks really on the last 2 holes. In the rough, just barely in the rough on the last hole where she couldn't get it out. Hit a good shot in the green. It kicked right where the green slopes right to left. She thought it would kick left. And it's that kind of golf course, David. If, you know, a little break here or there, one way or the other.
Well, she's got to keep her chin up. I mean, she's found out today, obviously, it's easy to let it get away from you, not +5, but it can happen. It's a repack over the final few holes as well. So 3 behind. And Pak now with a chance. She's seen, well, she hasn't learned much, to be honest, from Beth Daniels' attempt there. It didn't really get online. And these greens are so quick that even you can be a couple of inches off the line that you've just seen, and it can be an entirely different putt. And she's going to have a good look at it.
And even though Annika has sort of left everyone in the dust with what she's done this year with 4 victories, SERI has probably played as good as anyone else. She hasn't finished out of the top 20, and she's had 4 top 10 finishes.
Really turned into a terrific player. Had a wonderful amateur career, more than 30 wins. She was a track star in high school. Well, with a 3-shot lead, 3 at 13 wouldn't be such a bad thing.
Stand still, please.
And really guarding against a rush of blood to the head there. You don't want that 3-footer back down the slope. Well, 5 to play, 3-shot lead. She's 2 under par today and in great shape.
On the 14th tee, SERI Pak, we can see how the hole turns right to left. Temptation is to sneak a little draw around the corner, but you cannot afford to overdo it and get tangled up in the trees. And SERI holding that finish, knowing that the ball's in the fairway. That is absolutely perfect for the whole position on the front left.
Well, Lucy, Tuesday on CBS, join your favorite stars and count down the greatest romance movies of all time. Candice Bergen hosts AFI's 100 Years, 100 Passions. That's Tuesday on CBS. And let's go back to 14.
Beth Daniel disturbed by something and obviously having a struggle in the round. Just trying to regroup.
You want to move some more?
And what a struggle on the second 9. 3 bogeys. But she's got some birdie chances coming in. The 14th, the easiest par 4 on the course. Needs to find the fairway. The 16th is the easiest hole. That's the par 5. The 17th, the easiest of the par 3s. So if she can make some birdies, and maybe SERI does not, things could change. Let's go to the 18th with Donna Caponi.
Thank you, Peter. Annika, 6 birdies, 65 today. If it wasn't for that second round 76, and you went 19 holes without a birdie, that's unbelievable.
Well, I'm very, very happy the way I played today. Obviously, you know, to leave on a little better note. I mean, I felt so good coming into this tournament and just couldn't get it going. But today, I mean, I got it going, so I'm happy about that.
You said to me before we came on that at least you know you can play this golf course. Do you think that you come in here thinking, I'm going to challenge this thing, it's eaten my lunch all year?
Well, I felt so good coming here. I mean, I was playing well, had a lot of confidence, and the first 3 days I thought I hit the ball really well. I mean, very similar to today, but today I just converted the birdies, and that was the difference.
In past years, I don't think the greens have been as fast as they are this week. Do you think that if we would have had this condition, this speed of green, maybe coming up to this point, players would have been a little bit more comfortable with them.
Oh, I mean, that's a definite. I mean, you come from greens that are probably 9 to 10, then you got, I don't know what they're rolling today, but 12 for sure. It's a big difference. You know, you only have 2 or 3 days to adjust, and then you got a major championship with rough, that's thick as my, high as my knees. It makes it very difficult.
At the beginning of the year, you're a person who likes challenges. You like to set yourself goals. Was there, and a lot of times you say they're pretty private, but Grand Slam, was that something at the beginning of the year you said, that's what I really want to concentrate on?
No, it wasn't my main goal. I mean, I said I like to perform well in the majors, and the first one I did well. I think I did well this week also. If you're going to win or not, it depends how the other players play. So I'm very happy with my season. I'm still going strong towards my goals, and that's all that matters to me.
Well, congratulations, 4 wins, great finish this week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Donna, thank you very much. Annika has said, Mary, her goal is to shoot 54. She said that would be the perfect round, a birdie on every hole.
That's how they're taught in Sweden in the junior program, that you can birdie every hole. And I think if there's a player in the world, and I'm talking about men and women, that can do it, Annika Sorenstam has the mental and the physical ability to do that.
Annika has never won on this golf course. Historically, she's had 1 or 2 bad rounds. Is there something about the DuPont Country Club that specifically gives her problems?
Well, I watched her play quite a bit earlier in the week, and she hit some good shots that bounced over greens. She's an aggressive player, and I think a couple of shots that were aggressive just cost her some bogeys.
Now to the play at the 15th, the 382-yard par 4. This is Julie Inkster earlier.
When you could look at that grass just jump up, just look like hay almost, and all she can do is try to run it up, and this is pretty nicely done. You just got to have a little luck with that, but there's no way to fly it on the green.
142 yards, and now live.
Chip is straight down the hill.
Not quite as quick as she thought it was going to be, but still a lovely effort. Let's go back to 14.
And Beth Daniels' second shot. Solid drive, 125. Needs to try and put some of the pressure back on SERI. Safe enough. But from that range, you can see her reaction. Chance to hit it really close and get Puck's attention. Demonstrating the enormous block to the right, which it really wasn't so bad. So today, playing over par, 15 birdies, a good number of bogeys. Julie Inkster made her par at 15. Now SERI 3-shot lead. Beth Daniel with maybe a 20-footer. Let's see if we want to see that controlled follow-through. Hold the follow-through, knowing she's swung the club down the line and into a balanced finish. Not quite as good as well, I spoke too soon. It wasn't the beautifully held finish, but a superb shot. Chance to go to 7 under and keeping the pressure on Daniel. Beautiful play. Daniel slipping up and Puck making a handful of birdies. 2 under today.
SERI Puck with a 3-shot advantage, coming home in the final round of the McDonald's LPGA Championship presented by AIG. And let's send you out to the 14th.
And Beth Daniel, a lengthy putt for a birdie. And this is a difficult green to read. The back portion of the green certainly runs away from the fairway. The front tricky to read. Really needed to hit an exceptional second shot and get SERI Puck's attention. See just how far away the green is for a birdie, and a shake of the head for Beth, who played 3 subpar rounds when so few rounds each day were under par. Puck very focused, playing exceptionally well this year. 1 win, but other chances as well. 4 top 10s.
Peter, Colin always lines up her putter head. She has a terrible time lining up the putter too far right of her intended line.
This for a 4-shot lead with 4 holes to play. Beautifully done. Hit that fantastic second shot into the 10th. 2-shot swing there with Beth Daniel in trouble. And very focused and hitting a lot of very good shots. A little aggravated. Well, maybe SERI Pak's going to win the tournament. A 4-shot lead for sure. But people need to be respectful of Beth Daniel still. With an excellent chance to finish second alone. 3 shots ahead of Annika in the clubhouse. Julie Inks has got 3 holes to play. She's even par. Karen Koch's even par with a couple to play. Five over for today's round after 3 subpar rounds. Let's go ahead to 15.
Our defending champion, Kari Webb, second shot at the par 4.
Had it 5 under par in the first day when there was a rain delay. She had to come out and finish the next day and double bogeyed the first hole that she played, and really has sort of leveled out since then.
Well, it was a wonderful week for the most part here a year ago, but the victory was an emotional one for Kari. During the tournament, her grandfather, who Kari was very close to, suffered a heart attack back home in Australia. Kari thought about withdrawing despite being on the verge of completing the career Grand Slam. She decided to stay. She won the championship, but wept during the trophy presentation. Her grandfather, who had introduced her to the game of golf when she was 4 years old, would pass away several days later, and very much on her mind and in her heart. And the 15th. 16 rather, Karen Koch.
Karen having the best year of her career this year. 5 top 10s, finished 5th at the last major, the Kraft Nabisco out in Palm Springs. And just getting very comfortable being in the limelight. She has 1 victory, and that was in Corning last year.
On the tee, SERI Pak with a 4-shot lead, 4 to play.
And that ball is left going towards trees, bunker, and gallery.
She may have an opening, Donna, but the grass will be very long, but it's also where the people have walked, so that she may have a break over on that left side. Coming in yesterday, she had a hard time hitting the fairways.
Well, this tee box, I found when I've played here, I have such a hard time with this hole. I always hook it because the tee box aims funny. It aims almost to the right and lines you up there. Consequently, players will come right over the top. Beth hit that down the right center.
And a good swing by Beth Daniel there. Good rhythm and tempo, swinging within herself, and she's in great position.
A really unfamiliar territory for Beth. The last time she had at least a share of the lead after 3 rounds in a major was at the Nabisco Championship almost 20 years ago, 1983. Now, Kari Webb to get it back to +1.
She's got the 16th hole coming up that she can reach into. Should have an eagle opportunity there with a good tee shot. She'd like to at least get it back to even par.
To 16, David Faraday.
And Karen Koch down the hill for the working mother. A lot of them out here. Yikes. A delightful try and the slippery one down the hill. And she'll stay knotted for 3rd. And SERI Pak's ball over there in 15, not in great shape, but she has a 3-shot lead.
At the 15th, a leader from The left side rough. We saw her ball buried on her way to commercial. Trying to muscle it through, and that's not a bad effort from there. Short of the green, but Mary probably all that she could do.
Well, she had to take a club that she knew she could get it out of the rough, and leaving it right in front like that, she's got a fairly easy little pitch shot up to save her par.
Here's 188 yards and just ripped out a 7-iron, Marion.
She has a lot of strength, Donna.
Oof.
Well, the players say this is a golf course that requires a great deal of patience. Does SERI change her approach now coming in with that 4-shot lead?
I don't think so. I think she'll try to birdie or eagle 16. She's a patient player, and she has a game plan. And when she gets to this golf course, and she told me she was going to stick with it, except maybe be a bit more aggressive. Beth Daniel.
108 sand wedge. Beth told me on this back 9 that she's been in between clubs all day, which is so hard when you're trying to keep the ball below the hole.
Well, next Saturday, CBS Sports takes you to Omaha's Rosenblatt Stadium for all the power-hitting excitement of the NCAA College World Series. For more, go to cbs.sportsline.com or America Online, keyword CBS Sportsline. And then following that, the NTRA on CBS returns as top thoroughbreds run for the money at the Stephen Foster Handicap, Hollywood BC Oaks, Dallas Turf Cup, and the Brooklyn Handicap. And for more on that, go to cbs.sportsline.com or AOL, keyword CBS Sportsline. That's all next Saturday on CBS. And let's go out to the play at the 16th.
And Julie Inkster, one of those tied for third, along with Karen Koch and Annika Sorenstam. As this one up the hill, right to left, and this to move into third on her own at 1 under. And virtually everyone has kind of underread that one from the front. It does seem that the fronts of the greens are maybe a little softer. That is where the water will run off here. The whole golf course overall playing considerably firmer than it did on Thursday, the start of the event. And that has added to the difficulty. Harder to hit the fairways, harder to hit the greens. And these little ones you have to be very careful of. Edges of the hole are so clean they can just toss it out on you. Inkster stays tied for third. What a competitor. Back to 15.
SERI Pak, who didn't even start playing golf until the age of 14, and 6 years later she was one of the best players in the world, winning 2 major championships at the age of 20.
This is one area of the game that she's very much improved. She really works hard during the off season on it. Came to this country with not very much of an imagination and needs that with these little short bump and runs and little rough shots around the green. Didn't carry it far enough.
Well, should Beth make this birdie putt, she's right back in the ball game. Really only 3 shots behind, and with that par 5 again, that she can reach into the 16th. Sometimes you work so hard on your golf swing, you forget about the short game. And I know that SERI has worked very hard this week with Tom Creevy, who is her instructor from Orlando, who's been in town and been working on her backswing and changed her grip a little bit. It got a little weak with the left hand, turned the left hand over.
And he was helping her this morning with just throwing the ball down in different rough spots around the chipping green, just to get a feel from some different shots. I've been watching this young lady since she was 16 years old in Australia. She was down there playing an event that I was doing the broadcast, and you could just see all the talent that she had, but she really needed to work on little up and down shots.
And rather surprising, Donna, because when I went to Seoul, Korea with SERI after her rookie year, when she went back for her big festivities, we went to some of the golf courses, and the rough was very thick over there. A lot of undulating greens. Most of the golf courses are pretty hilly.
Yeah.
And but I think she spent, as I said earlier, a lot of time grooving this very good golf swing.
You know, the other thing I think is a big plus for Colin Cairns, who's her caddy, caddied for Annika for 5.5 years. They had 22 wins with Colin, and now is caddying for Pak, and he's been a terrific asset to her. He has a nice calming effect, and is a very smart caddy.
Well,
I'd like to call him, sorry Mary, fairway technicians, please.
Yeah, well, he's from England, and he talked her into playing the British Open last year, which she ended up winning. Okay, Beth now, she can knock this in for birdie.
Well, if that ball had one less coat of paint, it might have gone in.
You're right. So the lead is 3-17.
Corinne Koch chipping from the left fringe, pin high, but a tricky chip down the hill. And it jumped out of the rough quicker than she expected. Even par and a tie for third place. That would be her best finish of the season, should she finish there. A couple of fifth place finishes so far, including one at the Nabisco. Back to 15.
Beth Daniel.
A moment ago when I was saying that she was sort of complaining that she's been in between clubs all day, she hasn't really hit the ball very close to the hole, Mary, and when she has, she's been in a position like above the hole here where it's just like so fast.
This for birdie.
And that shocked her.
Well, it's very difficult to play aggressive when you're in between clubs. And you want to really go full bore usually when you've got your adrenaline flowing. And if you have to kind of hold back or you're kind of unsure of your club in your hand, it's hard to make that good golf swing sometimes.
And the greens, she said, are faster than they've been all week. And I said, you know, with the sun the last 2 days, it's dried them out.
She had 6 birdies yesterday, 3 bogeys, no birdies on the card today. 5 over for her round, Beth Daniel. Back to 17.
And Corinne Koch's uphill putt for a par. And difficult to read. The shadows make it difficult to judge the tee shot, and they make it difficult to read the green. So she drops out of that tie for third place. SERI Pak now a 3-shot lead with just 3 holes to play.
And the 16th tee. SERI Pak's tee shot on the way. Stop. Oh, well, that'll stop it. Oh, I can see the top of the ball there. And that's most unusual. We usually go straight to the dirt. So, a chance there, but we'll go to 17 first.
And Corinne Koch is not finished yet. This, a while ago, that was for the bogey. She was pin high in the fringe with her tee shot chipped and 3-putted from not far away. So it drops back to +2. Let's go to 16.
And earlier, this is Beth Daniel's tee shot.
Oh, Beth. God.
Well, oh, that one doesn't look so good. It's been that kind of a day for Beth Daniel. A tough day in the park. You can't hit it offline here. You just can't do it. Up on the green, Carrie Webb for birdie. And it's been a tough day for Carrie as well. That gets her back to 3 over par for the day. 1 over for the tournament. And, well, she's in 5th spot.
We'll get the best sports coverage on the net with live scoreboards and breaking news at cbs.sportsline.com or on America Online. Enter keyword CBS Sportsline. Well, it has been a difficult day, Mary, for 45-year-old Beth Daniel, trying to become the oldest woman ever to win a major championship.
Well, although she may not win this tournament, she will gain some Solheim Cup points. And Patty Sheehan, the Solheim captain, is here. And here's how the standings are right now. Laura Diaz leading the way. Beth Daniels 16th, but she'll rack up some points with tournaments to go. In fact, goes through the State Farm Classic in Springfield, Illinois. You can gain points. And then Patty Sheehan will have 2 captain's picks. And today she named James Geddes her assistant captain, who will go to Interlaken Country Club in Minnesota in September, and they will play as hard as they can against the European team.
Laura Diaz, the runner-up here a year ago, 2-time winner on tour this year, a tour that has been dominated by Annika Sorenstam with 4 victories, 17.
And Julie Inkster, even par. This for a birdie. And twice a champion here, but even she is completely fooled by the contours at the back of 17. Even par, tied with Sorenstam, who's finished after her 65. Inkster had a win earlier this year, and of course twice a winner here, 1999 and 2000.
And Peter, David talked about working mothers. Here's a working mother right here with 2 beautiful daughters and out here earning tons of money on the LPGA Tour.
Yes, always coordinating barbecues and looking after children with her golf game. And we'll go back to 16.
And back there, way over on the right of the screen, deep in the rough, is Beth Daniel. But first of all, not so deep in the rough, our leader, SERI Pack. And, well, that's a mid-iron.
Yeah, she actually doesn't have a very bad lie. 244 yards left. Just take some iron. Absolutely imperative, keep it in the fairway.
And she should be able to force this one out some 30 or 40 yards short of the green, I imagine. Maybe get a quick one.
And if that ball bounces straight, no, it's going right. Stay in the fairway.
Well, it's going to hang up in the semi-rough. Not bad there at all. A nice angle. And these two, well, this is the easiest hole in the golf course. And really a chance here. So Beth Daniel will be kicking herself. And she started the day 4 shots in front. She's now 3 shots behind, and it's like they passed each other in different elevators here. And this did not look like a good lie, Donna.
No, it is very deep. I don't know if...
Now, this is not a good sign when you see a player. Is that a ball? Is it a ball?
I think she was just checking to make sure that it was her ball.
Yeah, she's really struggled today. The fairway's hit there. 7 of 13 today. Well, you can see it's just silage there. It's no fun at all. That's a sand wedge.
She has 225, but obviously cannot go at that green. And you're right, she's just kicking herself going down the fairway. If she just get it in the fairway, could have gone for it.
How about that? Huh? You think that isn't some rough?
And
The rough next week at the U.S. Open, the men's U.S. Open at Bethpage, will be no worse than this.
And they topped it. And they've been topping it every night.
Well, it was treated earlier in the week, I believe, with something to make it kind of stand up. And look at that. That's a lot of club head speed and a lot of loft for about, what? She hit it 20 yards?
Yes.
Okay. Well, now we can see the ball. We'll go to 17 quickly.
And Julie Inkster for her par, trying to stay at even, tied for third with Sorenstam. So twice fooled by the break, still confused. Karen Koch made a double bogey coming in here at even par for the championship. Inkster, I think we'll give her that one, will make a bogey. Get some applause, as not for the 3-putt, but for being twice a champion here, a very popular champion at DuPont Country Club. And we'll go back to the 16th.
And Donna, can she reach from here?
Well, she pulled out a utility wood, and she's 205 yards. And she keeps looking down at it so she can just barely see it, but she's going to give it a go.
It came out nicely.
Oh, what a shot.
Left of the hole. Oh, what a shot. Too good. There you go. What kind of a day is she having? Missed a lot of fairways and finally comes up with a great shot like that. Takes a huge bounce over the bank. And she's 3 behind our leader, SERI Pak. And SERI Pak's third shot here at 16, just a semi-rough. Trick here to keep it short of the hole.
77 yards lob wedge. And the ball has to get down.
Yeah, it's a nice shot, but that is an extremely slippery little, about 7 feet down the hill. And just the difference there, being in the semi-rough, unable to get any kind of check on it. And Beth Daniel now over the back here, right underneath the announce tower and right up against the change here from the semi-rough into that deeper cut. And look at that. That's just evil. Well, forced to play a really sort of a positive out to in little chop shot here. Pop the ball up. It's very quick. Very quick. It's
just almost impossible.
Unlikely to stay on the putting surface. And really a stinker of a day here for Beth Daniel. One she'll want to forget about, and you can see that there's really popping down in the back of it. No chance to get underneath the ball. We'll go to 18.
And Karen Koch, after dropping that shot at the 17th, is for birdie. Get her back to +1.
Well, Karen tapped that in at +2 and finishing the top 10. Charter flight leaves at 9:30 tonight and should be on that going to France.
Tied for 5th in the first major of the year out in the California desert. We go back to 16.
And Beth Daniel over this one very quickly. She has, well, that'll be a 2-shot cushion between herself and Annika Sorenstam, who's presently in 3rd position on her own. And right now it looks like she's trying to hang on for 2nd. Pak with a realistic chance here. A little longer than I first thought, maybe 8 or 9 feet down the hill. And again, Donna, I don't think this one will be going very quick.
No, it will not. And you know, she made the statement, and Mary talked about it, that she wanted to be a little more aggressive today. And I think that's a testament to how confident she felt about her golf swing. I mean, there are holes out here you can't be aggressive, and she just did it.
Well, she's shot rounds of 71, 70, 68, and seems fairly certain to shoot under par. So she'll have 4 rounds without shooting over par, which is quite an achievement. Again, this golf course has just been brutally difficult. Oh no. No. that was the perfect lag putt. Never in danger of being anything other than stone dead. And just going that slowly, there's a chance that it'll wave her offline right at the end. But she takes a 3-shot lead to the 17th tee. And soon to be 4. I don't know what they're doing in Korea with the junior program, but they're doing it very well apparently. Daniel 6 moves to -2, 4 shots behind SERI Pak, who appears to be on her way to her 4th major championship.
playing the par 3 17th, and we go there and join Peter Osterhaus.
And 152 yards and 8 on.
Boy, another beautiful iron right at the flag, Peter.
And it's a relatively big target for the length of the hole. Tricky green to read, but when you have a big lead, it's a big target with an 8 on. Good, solid shot.
Well, it's a summer blockbuster all this week on Dave with Jodie Foster, Jack Hanna's Animals, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Alicia Keys, and Matt Damon. And Monday, Dave's All New with Christian Slater and David Bowie, The Late Show with David Letterman on CBS. Back to 17, Usti.
And Beth Daniel, a double bogey on the front 9 at the 5th, the par 3, 4 bogeys on the back, still no birdies.
That's a 7-iron, but that ball needs to get up.
Just a smooth swing, as if she thought she might have too much club. A very frustrating day for Beth Daniel after 54 very good holes. SERI Puck, 4-shot lead, heart of the green at the 17th, the par 3, putting for a birdie. There's a little break left to right. This interesting pre-shot routine, one-handed movement of the club from club head in front of the ball to behind. Nice swing in the putter. Par is fine. She would have liked to make a birdie. Started the day 4 under, 2 under for the round. Protecting the lead very well. Earlier, Beth Daniel, a little short with her tee shot. Protecting second place. 2 shots of a cushion over Annika Sorenstam at the moment. So a par here allows her to make a bogey at the last and still finish second. Some compensation, but with 32 wins and a major already in her career, maybe second doesn't mean a great deal. She would have loved to win this championship. Just 2 under, start of the day, 8 under to the 18th.
Julie Inkster for par to stay at +1.
Second shot went over the green, chip to there, and there's the champion. We do miss the Inkster dance, though, don't we?
Yeah, we got to see it back-to-back years when she won here in 1999, completing the career Grand Slam and coming back and defending in 2000. She was and will always be a very popular champion here.
You see that face going off the green, that tells the story of the golf course. It's a tough one.
Back down in the fairway. 18th with that hard dog leg to the left over the creek. And Kari has about 155 yards remaining.
Just hit it on the front part of the green. It'll jump back to the hole. Hole location back right. And that was just about as good as you can do in the sense of controlling the distance, because this green is one hard green. It may be one of the highest or most elevated greens on the golf course.
On the tee, our final group, and this is how things started today. Beth Daniel with a 4-shot advantage, and then Beth with a double at the 5th. The lead was 1, and that 2-shot swing at the 10th. Puck getting to -6 and Beth dropping back to -5, and after 17 holes, a 4-shot lead. 1 to play.
I think I could play the last hole with a 4-shot. How about you, Mary?
I'd probably faint. Well, SERI, the one key to her success this week will be that she's hit 76% of the fairways, and that is the key to this golf course. And I don't believe she has a driver in her hand here, does she, Donna?
No, it's a fairway metal, 3. Wind moving a little left to right. Nothing really to affect the shot. And that's fine, right in the middle of the fairway, not long. Almost like a pop-up, but it's fine.
Fairways hit 11 of 14 today.
And look at the second round, Billy. 13 of 14. That's a huge key.
It's hard to say. That really is what this golf course calls for. And you said yesterday, even though she was down by 4, you thought she might make a run today, Mary.
Well, you know, I said earlier she's on her favorite golf course, the golf course where she won the LPGA Championship her rookie year, and now Beth Daniel with the fairway medal. Just working a little right to left would be perfect for her.
She's cut that a little bit, but I think it'll still stay in the fairway.
Sit. Sit.
There's been some begging going on this week about that ball when it gets to the long grass.
So 1 hole to play. She burst onto the scene as a 20-year-old in 1998. It was her first professional major championship, and she won it for her first win on the LPGA Tour. En route to Rookie of the Year, now on the verge of her 4th major, SERI of Korea.
The big 2 right now.
It has been quite a test. The cut came at +8, and only 2 players in red figures. Hawk and Daniel, our final pairing of the day. And Annika Sorenstam, how good is that 65?
Well, it's incredible. I mean, it's just beyond belief, but it also is done by the best player in the world right now, and she was pretty excited about it, and she's proud of herself how she finished.
Our defending champion finishing up. It's awfully close. She could have joined Annika at level par.
And Kari Webb has just struggled a bit. Her practice round play, she said, has been terrific. And then when she gets in the tournament, she's had some bad holes where in past years, her practice round play was not good. And in the tournament, she was superb. But don't count her out the next few weeks.
Now, Pak, she's trying to join a fairly elite group of multiple winners at the McDonald's LPGA Championship. Mickey Wright won this event, which started in 1955 4 times. Kathy Whitworth and Nancy Lopez 3 each.
Serene 198 4-iron. Little side hill line, ball will come in low. All she wants to do is hit it somewhere right in front of the green, let it run up. And she's lost that to the right.
Looked like she was uncomfortable over it, Donna. Just kind of couldn't get comfortable. But, you know, I would rather be in the bunker than this long rough right around the green.
Oh, absolutely. I've heard nothing but yells from the players when it starts heading towards a bunker or the rough. Get in the bunker. It's much easier to get it up and down from there. Now Beth 181 from the first cut. And I think Beth should still be really proud of the way she's played. Back 9 she has just really had struggled with.
She's had some bad luck down on the back 9, but what club does she have in her hand?
That's also a 4-iron. She hits the ball very high. And that's the left side of the green. Might get a right hop.
And we'll stop at the front edge of the green. Beth, the only player to better par in each of the first 3 rounds. But this day belonged to that 24-year-old from Korea, SERI Pak.
Hello, Mother. Such a great day. Yes, I am. I'm very happy. At least I got a good up and down there.
It's the name of her dog, Happy.
That's right, and that's her key word. And when she feels that way, she's hard to beat. Her parents are back in Korea. They are not here. They used to travel with her all the time. And you look back in 1998 when she won this event, she couldn't speak much English at all. And what a long parade this has been for her. Learned English. She's gotten comfortable on the tour and definitely one of the elite players in the game of golf.
Wonderful ovation. Well, when she won in 1998, it was such a huge story in Korea. She was awarded the Order of Merit by the South Korean government, the highest honor given to an athlete. Winning 2 major championships in her rookie year, Rookie of the Year.
And she is just revered. And as we talk about being revered, how about Beth Daniel, the Hall of Famer, has played her heart out this week. I know she's a little not happy with her round, of course, but she has played some terrific golf on a hard golf course and a golf course that she's won on before. What a Hall of Famer.
She won here in 1991 before this tournament became the LPGA Championship. It was just the McDonald's Championship back then. But they wanted to make it test worthy of a major, and they certainly have succeeded.
SERI has always been a good bunker player. Wonderful rhythm out of the bunkers, I believe. Although this year she is ranked 111th, getting it up and down out of bunkers.
Well, that just came out of that thick rough. Made it to the fringe, and those are the kinds of breaks that you need if you're going to win on a golf course like this.
And just the opposite of where Beth had hit the great shot on 16, rolled through the green to that collar where she had no shot at all. And it's a fine line. And this is a quote from Beth Daniel. It's a fine line out here from playing good golf or not, just by a couple breaks, one way or the other on this golf course. But Beth birdied this hole yesterday. It'd be nice to see her roll this one in.
Beth, even at the beginning of the week, I think it was either the first or the second round, said, you know, I got some really good breaks. When it could have gone deep in the rough, I had a pretty good lie. Or if I missed a shot, I missed it just short of the green and was able to get it up and down.
Well, this long putter, as we have mentioned so much, has really rejuvenated her career. And she says she's out here because she still feels like she can win on this tour. She's not out here just to play golf as a Hall of Famer. She still feels like she can win, and I think she can. Go in. Go in.
Still a wonderful effort from that distance. For Beth Daniel, who will play in an LPGA senior event next week, or was scheduled to play. Perhaps changing her plans after her outstanding showing here this week. She played well in the first major of the year, the Kraft Nabisco. And despite that, 77 has had a fine week here in Wilmington.
Second place is nothing to sniff at at $136,000. It puts her over the $200,000 mark so far this year. And what a great job McDonald's has done. And these players now, after this, will draw a name out of the Ronald McDonald houses, 210 of them, and money will go to the Ronald McDonald House from the first 3 players. Out of the 210 houses, 3 of them will be drawn. 15,000, 10,000, and 5,000 will go to the Ronald McDonald House.
And we'd like to congratulate Herb Lotman and Frank Quinn, the driving forces behind this event, who worked so hard for the
children of the Ronald McDonald House Charities. Both men were honored with the Winnie Palmer Award for their efforts in raising almost $40 million for kids in need over the last 22 years.
Now let's see if SERI can finish with the flourish here and knock this in for par.
She has looked so relaxed throughout this round.
Well, she has great mind control, and I think as young players in Korea, not only are they taught great golf swings with these wonderful junior programs they have, of which hundreds and hundreds of kids are in, they're also taught great mind control, and I think it's a huge advantage. And you know, when I was in Korea, Billy, I never saw a bad golf swing on the young players. Somebody's teaching them very well, because they all have good golf swings.
It's been a big couple of months for golf in Korea. KJ Choi winning on the men's tour. And now Pak, one putt away from her 4th major championship. There it is. SERI Pak, the winner of the 2002 McDonald's LPGA Championship. She finishes with a round of 70. Pak wins by 3.